Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to another Gran Turismo 7 money method video. And in today's video we are going to be using this vehicle right here, which is a 1998 Subaru Impreza rally car. So to buy this vehicle you guys have to go in the Legend Cars dealership. So just go in and wait for it to load. There you go, and hope that the car is there. But for me, by the time I'm recording this video, the car is currently in stock. So yeah, here it is, Subaru Impreza Rally Car 1998, and it costs a total of 650,000 credits. It does say limited stock right here, so this car will be gone quite soon by the time I'm recording this video. Alright, so for the wheels of the vehicle, the rim diameter will be 18 inch. The rim width will be wide, and the offset will also be wide. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so for the custom parts for the front and side, if you guys were wondering, these actually do not change the PP level whatsoever. So yeah, you guys can put this to whatever you want. I just put it to type A, and for the front I put it to standard. So yeah, that's all I did. Doesn't really matter what you go for the custom parts, because it doesn't really change the PP at all. So yeah, moving on. Alright, so here is the tune, and as you guys can see, we are going to be running racing medium tires for this vehicle right here. It is a 700 PP tune, by the way. So here's the suspension. I'm just going to go through this quite quickly. You guys can pause the video so you guys can get a better look at it. Here's the differential gear. Not an easy car to tune, to be honest, because this car under hard braking, like while cornering or something, just under hard braking in general, it likes to spin out and lose control. So I tried my best to reduce that as much as I could. So yeah, here are the aerodynamics. So 150 for the front, 250 for the rear. ECU, upper adjustment 100, ballast will be 66 kg, ballast positioning 50, power restrictor 100, transmission will be fully customizable racing. Top speed automatically adjusted will be 340 kilometers an hour. Here's a manual adjustment, which I did not change. I only changed the top speed, which is automatically adjusted. Moving on to this section here, turbocharger is high RPM, anti-lock system is strong, and for the brakes down here, the front rear balance is set to -3. Well, I prefer it to be on -3. It feels better for me in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys are enjoying this video so far, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it. Alright, so for those who are wondering on what my race difficulty is set to, it is set to easy. Alright, I decided to set it to easy so that I can do the wait and stop method for this race. Alright, so the race we will be doing will be in Europe. Go to the left side, France, 24 Hours of Le Mans, and here it is, the World Touring Car 700. This is an endurance race, so it is 30 minutes long. As you guys can see, the top left right here, it does have tire and fuel consumption as per usual. Scrolling down so you guys can see the race settings, and that's pretty much it. One last thing, this race right here, if you guys have never done it before, this race does have random weather. So yeah, just keep that in mind, be careful, and make sure you guys have purchased intermediate tires and wet tires as well, just in case if it rains in the race and you need to swap to one of these tires. Alright, so jumping straight into the race, what you guys want to do first is set your fuel map all the way to 6, so that's all the way to lean. And after that, just keep an eye out on the weather radar and pit whenever you need to, when it's about to rain. The rain in this race is randomized, so sometimes it might rain on lap number 2, sometimes there might be like very heavy rain on lap number 3, sometimes it barely even rains until lap number 4. It's randomized, so yeah, just keep that in mind, keep an eye out on the weather radar, and you should be good. Just pit whenever you need to, whenever it's required. And yeah, keep an eye on the fuel, keep an eye on the weather radar, and you should be alright. So let's talk about the vehicle a bit, about the Subaru Impreza Rally Car. So this car right here, it is quick. It is a very fast car. It is a great car to drive. Only issue I have is like how easy it is to spin out under braking. So when I was tuning the car, I tried my best to reduce the chances of you spinning out under braking. I tried to make it as stable as I could, And yes, it did kind of work. The car is a lot more stable than standard. When I tuned it, I spent most of my time trying to fix the spinning out, losing control braking issue. But yeah, the issue is still there, but it's not as bad. But when you're driving this car, I recommend braking early and try not to be too aggressive on the brakes. And also I would recommend to brake before doing a turn. So yeah, try not to brake while turning, because that will make the car quite unstable and you might lose the rear end and potentially spin out. So yeah, you gotta be a bit more careful with the brakes on this car. Be a little gentle. Try to find a soft spot on the car. Well, not soft spot. Try to find the good spot of the car. I mean, like, you know, where the car is happy, it's not completely unstable under braking. It takes quite a bit of time to get used to. Well, for me at least, it took me it took me quite a while to get used to the way this car works in terms of the way it brakes, the way it decelerates. It's kind of weird. Okay, so when you're driving the car, you guys can short shift, like change gears halfway through the rev bar if you want to. That is optional. I do it sometimes I don't. I just fully rev it out. But that's optional, that's entirely up to you guys if you guys do want to short shift with this car. Okay, so approaching the end of lap number 2, I'm going to pit here, look at the weather radar. The rain is about to get onto the track. Tires aren't looking that great. The tire wear on this car is not the best, not gonna lie. The tire, it actually wears out quite quickly for this car, well, for me at least. So yeah, when I pitted here, I did put on a new set of tires. I did go for intermediates since it's about to rain, and I also refueled the car until it was full. And after exiting the pit lane, make sure your fuel map is still set to 6, okay? So that's all the way to lean. We are going to be running the fuel map all the way to 6 for the rest of this race, until the end. Okay, so fast forward to the end of lap number 4, as you can see, it does say refuel, remaining laps 1.3, and tire wear is not looking great. So what do? Well, as you guys can see, I decided not to pit. I decided to push up for one more lap to see what will happen. And right here at the end of lap number 5, yeah, you guys can see that it's not great. The weather radar, as you guys can see, is raining heavily, and my intermediate tires aren't looking good whatsoever. It is actually completely cooked. The front left, the front right, and the rear left is gone. Like, it is completely cooked. Not the greatest idea to push out for one extra lap there. Anyways, for this pit stop, I did put on a new set of intermediate tires because of the weather, and I also refueled the car until it was full. And also make sure your fuel map is still set to 6, okay? Remember, we are gonna be keeping the fuel map all the way to lean, which is 6, until the end of the race. Alright, now let's talk about the penalties that can ruin your clean racing bonus for this race. There's only one, thankfully, and that is getting a penalty from a yellow flag. So yeah, just be careful when the yellow flag is up. Try not to, you know, do anything wrong so you won't get a penalty, and you should be good. Alright, so at the end here, I decided to do the stop and wait methods because, you know, I'm so far ahead from everyone else. I'm so far ahead from second place to the point I can just sit here and wait for the timer to finish. So yeah, I'm doing the stop and wait method. Once the timer reaches 0, you cross the finish line, and there you go, done. That's like one of the fastest way to do it, which is the stop and wait method, if you are far enough from the guy that's behind you. Alright, so here is the payout. There you go, got my clean racing bonus, and here is the time it took for me to complete the race. Yep, there it is. And that's going to be it for today's Gran Turismo 7 money method video. So if you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you all next one, and peace out.